everyone, Dr. Stacie here with the PhysioFix. So I myself am about 6 months post Achilles repair, and I'm here to bring you and your patients 4 exercises that they can do to strengthen their Achilles tendon using the PRO-Slant. So the first exercise that I want to demonstrate using the PRO-Slant is going to be working on the in range or the bottom range of the Achilles and strengthening the soleus in that position. So we're going to be doing a mobility exercise combined with a soleus strengthening exercise. So I like to put my foot on the wedge, and obviously this is already kind of pushing myself into more dorsiflexion. And then I use a weight. So there's 2 parts to this movement. First, we're going to go forward, work on more dorsiflexion, and then in that position, we're going to go up and do a calf raise and then come back. So we load dorsiflexion, and then we work on strengthening the soleus in that extended dorsiflexion position. So I usually have people, do a couple sets of these. These are really good to warm up. The reps usually are between 8 and 20, depending on how heavy it is, because we know that the Achilles tendon is used to a lot of load and it needs to work on doing more and more. So endurance work is very helpful to get it to become more and more resilient. So, okay, so after that exercise, that was working on the end of the bottom range of the position. I also like to strengthen the top end of the position too. So I would use the wedge in this capacity. So we're working on now strengthening the top part of the movement. And once again, I can grab a weight for this one. And then I can just work on strengthening. If I need to hold on to something, I can do that too. But often we neglect strengthening the Achilles at the bottom and at the top, which is when the tendon is the weakest. Mostly we just tend to focus on mid-range strengthening. So I love that the wedge, the PRO-Slant, forces us to work on strengthening at both the end and the top range of motion. Okay, the third exercise is going to be a split stance isometric. So this is going to be a floating foot position. So I like to use the wedge and then have my heel lifted up. And then as I'm doing that position, I like to pass a weight under and then come right back. So this forces that forefoot to work isometrically, and we all know that forefoot strengthening actually really strengthens the Achilles tendon as well. So this one is brutal. If you've never done that one, be in for a pleasant surprise and a really good burn. Okay, now that we did a strengthening exercise at the in range from the bottom, the in range from the top, we did an isometric forefoot exercise. We're gonna do something a little bit more dynamic. So I like to use the PRO-Slant and a box to kind of start in this crouched position and then explode. So I extend and I explode, because when we do a lot of functional based movements, this is kind of the position that our foot is in. And this is actually the position that I ruptured my own Achilles in. So this is something that I've been working on a lot to make sure that I'm strengthening in those extended ranges of motion.